This is an update on the redesign of this bike here. In previous videos, I was saying that I wanted to get rid of this center section here and make it look less like a dinosaur and more like a bike. So anyways, started playing around with the idea and I came up with that one there. This was the previous design before I drew this one. So I still like this idea of these, and I went in a few different directions for the design. So the first direction that I went in was that one over there. I did that one a while back. I liked the idea. Thought the back of it was a little too skinny. So I decided to, shorten up the design and see what I could do with that. And I came up with this one right here in the middle. I am not a big fan of this one. It came out kind of a little too stubby. Interesting design, but it's just too stubby for me. So I decided, I'll try to stretch it back out to a similar design to the original, and I came up with this one here. I'll get you a closer look at that one. The object was to stretch out the front a little bit and thicken up the back, which kind of came out okay, but the back of it I would think I would like to see the tail of this a little bit thicker. Okay. You see that thing kind of like that. That's kind of neat looking. Anyways, I gotta go zipping past you there. Okay. Anyways, that was that direction that I went in that one. Then I came back over here, and so there's the original of this particular bike right here. I don't have anymore. This is just a photocopy of this that's colored in. So I made two photocopies of it, obviously, so I can play around with one. The black and white one here just really needed to be worked on, and so I came up with these two designs yesterday. Actually, sorry, these three designs yesterday. And I like these ideas. That one on the top there, I really like, the one with the name on it there. Give a shadow there. This is too cramped looking here. Needed to be stretched out. Stretched it out, but then it got a little too busy kind of right there in the middle. So I figured I'd go back to my original idea, which was to make cutouts in the center section on either side to where those would be backlit. I like this design quite a bit right there. That's very close to the original idea. Then I decided to play around with making a couple of different aft sections for this particular bike. Let's see here. Actually, it wasn't. This isn't the one I made the aft sections for. I made aft sections for this one. I played around with this one because I wanted to thicken up the back. So all these little these little pieces here, there to play around with the back. Like, I like this idea. I thought about, it'd be neat if I tilted it up just a hair like that. I kind of like that idea. I don't know how it would look aiming down, just not right. But if I was going to go with a thicker back, a thicker tail here, a thicker back section, I think I may like to angle it up like that. Kind of makes it a little more like a dragster, But like I said, I came up with three different versions of these. Here is another like this. Get it angled up there. You can see that one's not too bad. Kind of fills in all the areas. It's a nice look. There's a little, I feel like they're straight and angled down slightly. So again, I like it aimed up like that. The other one was attached to this one. So I still was playing around with this original idea here. But I figured, I'm going to change, instead of having these pointy kind of inlets like this, I'll kind of angle it backwards, just to make it match the front of the inside of the hub there. And this looks okay. If you made this in 3D, it would look pretty good. I wouldn't see too many problems with this. I think it still looks like this one ended up looking like a dinosaur, and this one to me looks a little bit more like a snake spitting fire. My sister says she doesn't quite see that, but in my eye, that's the way it looks. So I decided, you know what, this definitely needs to be redone, but I like where it's going. So the final iteration is this one here. Let me clear out some of this other stuff here so you can see what I mean. Get those over there. These little back portions, those over there. And so, anyways, because I still like the long sweeping look of that, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna stretch this one out a little bit more to give it that same swept back look by making the center section here a little bit longer. And you can see the two next to each other. They start at the same point. And you can see that just ends a little bit farther back. And I think that definitely works out a little bit better to stretch it out like that. I like this area here on this one, there, and I just don't like the front part right there. And so I decided, you know what, what's really messing it up for me, what's making it look like a snake to me, is the way the handlebars and the foot pegs kind of draw your eye in. The handlebars definitely make that thing look like an eyeball. And so, you know, I figured I'll just get rid of that. And this particular thing here looks like a little more, too much like a bird beak, like an open bird beak. So I was like, you know what, I'll close it. I'll just close it up. Get rid of the vent there, get rid of the exhaust there, and just say, screw it, keep these kind of lines here, like that, and I'll just angle the handlebars upwards and angle the foot pegs down. And I came with that nice sweeping look like that. I think that they came out really nice. Let's show that from the angle here. Bam. You can imagine that kind of coming towards you there, and on a video game maybe, like that, or like that. I think that's working, guys. I think that's sporty. I like it. And I definitely like where this one went. This one definitely came out nice. Yeah, that's what that one looks like coming at you. Yeah, it looks dangerous. Looks like I definitely cut you. Okay, anyways, that is where I'm at for this particular design. My favorite ones are those three there. And I still like this one. I still like this one. These all came out nice. This one isn't incredibly bad. Just needed to be thickened up a little. These two came out, you know, they're nice. I like the front of them. The front portion of both these. I don't like this here, this kind of inward center kind of spike there. It's okay. It's just not quite where I was aiming. And this was a little way too bunched up. So I definitely need to get rid of that. I think on this one up here, I would have just gotten rid of that kind of wasp waist looking thing there. But anyways, those are where it's at for now. I'm not going to be doing any coloring on the new ones because I gave away all of my markers recently when I moved. Some kid was drawing, I liked the way his artwork looked. I was like, hey, look, would you like a bunch of Copic pens and some Prismacolor pens? Here's about $100 worth of magic markers and different color ballpoint pens and good handful of color pencils. You know, that kid's off and running. That's nice. But anyways, and I don't have my computer right now because it's fried. Got damaged in the move. And so now I'm just down to pen and paper until I get to replace some of that stuff. Anyways, if you like my content, please click the like button and don't forget to click and subscribe.